Hello friends. Imagine being born on October 4th, under the balanced and diplomatic sign of Libra, yet carrying a unique vibrational energy from the number 4 itself. If your birthday falls on this day, your personality is far richer and more layered than most horoscopes usually reveal. Today, we'll dive deep into what it truly means to be born on October 4th, exploring love, marriage, sex, friendship, career, business, hidden shadows, life goals, compatibility, and even drawing wisdom from numerology, the Druids, Vedic astrology, the floral and gemstone traditions, and more. Think of this as your complete cosmic guide. The core of October 4th, Libra meets the number 4. To be born on October 4th is to embody one of the most fascinating cosmic blends, an individual sculpted by Libra's love of harmony and Venus's radiant influence, yet also grounded by the steady, unshakable rhythm of the number 4. Imagine the scales of Libra, delicately weighing every choice, every word, every step. Now imagine that balance reinforced by the sturdy pillars of 4, the builder's number, the architect's number, the number of foundations that can endure storms. That's the essence of October 4th. You are a bridge between beauty and structure, a mediator between dreams and reality. Libras by nature are seekers of balance. You despise extremes, preferring the middle path where fairness reigns. But October 4th Libras are not just dreamers of balance, they engineer it. Where another Libra might float on the winds of indecision, you anchor yourself with the number 4's demand for order. It gives you not just a yearning for fairness but the discipline to build systems, rules, and methods that ensure fairness lasts. You are not content with an abstract idea of harmony. You want harmony that has bricks, beams, and a foundation you can touch. This duality makes you endlessly intriguing. On one hand, you can be the diplomat who soothes arguments at the dinner table, using words as carefully as an artist uses brushstrokes. On the other, you can be the planner who creates spreadsheets for your future, who organizes projects step by step, who refuses to let life descend into chaos. People may sometimes mistake your orderliness for rigidity, but beneath it lies a profound truth. You don't just want life to feel beautiful, you want it to be beautiful in a way that stands the test of time. October 4th is not just any day in the Libra season, it carries a special vibration. Think of it as Venus walking hand in hand with Saturn, even if Saturn isn't technically in charge of this birthday. There's a maturity here, a seriousness, a recognition that love and fairness cannot survive on wishful thinking alone. They require effort, responsibility, and a willingness to make hard choices. In your soul lives a constant conversation, the airy Libra voice whispering, "Let's keep things light, let's enjoy beauty, let's dance with possibility," and the solid, steady 4 answering, "Yes, but let's also build, let's ensure stability, let's lay bricks so our dreams don't crumble." The result is a personality that often feels pulled in 2 directions but, in truth, possesses a rare gift. You can be both artist and engineer, poet and builder, dreamer and doer. People born on October 4th often find themselves as the stabilizers in their families and friend groups. You're the one who wants peace but also insists on practical solutions. You're not satisfied with just saying, "Let's all get along." You'll ask, "How can we make sure this never becomes an issue again?" That's the 4 speaking through Libra's lips. And yet, you are still unmistakably a child of Venus. You're drawn to beauty in all its forms, art, music, elegance, relationships filled with grace. The number 4 doesn't suppress this, it sharpens it. It teaches you to build your aesthetic tastes into real achievements, whether that's a career in design, architecture, law, or any field where justice, beauty, and practicality can meet. So what is the core of October 4th? It is the fusion of softness and strength, the merging of heart and mind, the weaving together of ideals and structures. You are the Libra who doesn't just dream of peace but builds the foundation for it, who doesn't just fall in love with fairness but ensures it is protected by rules, laws, or personal boundaries. You are harmony with a backbone. You are balance with a blueprint. And now, a little side note. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a thanks button right under this video, or through the donation alerts link in the description. Your support truly helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for being here. Now, let's continue. Love and romance. For those born on October 4th, love is both a symphony and an architectural design. You are ruled by Venus, which makes your heart deeply romantic, always searching for beauty, tenderness, and the dream of a soulmate connection. But the vibration of the number 4 adds another layer. You do not seek fleeting passion or reckless abandon. You crave love that can last, that can weather seasons, that has walls strong enough to protect the delicate intimacy you hold inside. When you fall in love, it is not the tumble of reckless youth but the careful unfolding of trust and intention. You may flirt, you may charm, you may sparkle in conversations, because as a Libra, your natural magnetism is undeniable. Yet beneath that charm, there is calculation, a need to be sure that the person you're opening your heart to is worthy of it. You do not give yourself away easily, because you know love is not just a momentary high, it is a lifelong contract written in both emotion and action. Your relationships often begin with an almost storybook quality. You're drawn to partners who inspire you, who awaken your romantic imagination. Candlelit dinners, long walks under autumn skies, endless conversations that stretch into the night, these are your playground. But then comes the 4 within you, the guardian who asks, can this person be trusted with my vulnerability? Will they be here tomorrow, next year, or when life grows difficult? That's why October 4th individuals rarely lose themselves in blind infatuation. Even in the throes of passion, you are evaluating, measuring, making sure the ground beneath your feet is firm. To your partner, this makes you both incredibly alluring and sometimes frustrating. Alluring because your love feels intentional, like a choice made with both heart and mind. Frustrating because you may hold back, hesitant to let go completely until you are absolutely sure. But once you decide, once you know you are safe, you give yourself with extraordinary depth. You become the kind of lover who remembers details, who notices the little things, who makes your partner feel not only loved but seen and cherished. Sexually, your Venusian nature makes you sensual, affectionate, and attentive. You see intimacy as an art, not a transaction. For you, it is about connection, rhythm, and emotional resonance. You're not one to rush. You savor the build-up, the anticipation, the emotional trust that makes the physical bond so much stronger. But again, the 4 within you ensures that intimacy is not careless. You rarely engage without deeper meaning, preferring sex to be a sacred extension of emotional commitment. The challenges in your love life often come from your own duality. Libra's airy need for romance and spontaneity sometimes clashes with 4's insistence on rules, boundaries, and predictability. You may long for surprise but grow restless when your partner is inconsistent. You may yearn for wild passion but quickly pull back if it threatens your stability. This push and pull can make you seem contradictory, both deeply romantic and cautiously pragmatic. And yet, this is what makes your love unique. You're not just searching for fireworks, you're searching for warmth that lasts long after the fireworks fade. You want a partner who can laugh with you at midnight and build a life with you at dawn. You want someone who can dance with your Libra heart and walk steadily with your 4 spirit. Your ideal partner is someone emotionally expressive, dependable, and grounded, a person who can handle both your tenderness and your expectations. You thrive in relationships where beauty meets loyalty, where affection is balanced with responsibility. You are not afraid of love's depth, but you demand that it be strong enough to withstand storms. For you, love is not just about finding someone who excites you, it's about building a relationship that feels like a sanctuary. And once you find it, you protect it with everything you are, because deep down, you know that for all the romance in the world, true love is also about structure, trust, and a commitment that endures. Marriage. For those born on October 4th, marriage is not a whimsical notion, not something entered into on a romantic impulse, nor is it simply a legal or social convention. For you, marriage is an institution of meaning, a partnership that is designed to be built brick by brick, with the same precision and care an architect gives to a great cathedral. You crave a relationship where 2 souls meet not just in passion but in shared responsibility, shared values, and shared dreams. Love, for you, cannot remain suspended in the clouds. It must find ground, it must find roots, and those roots must be deep enough to withstand the storms of life. You are not interested in empty gestures of romance or promises that shimmer like fireworks only to fade into darkness. You want the steady flame that warms the house, that offers light in difficult times, that promises safety when the world outside feels unpredictable. Marriage for you is about creating a sanctuary. It is about weaving together loyalty, stability, cooperation, and intimacy into a sacred home that shelters both you and your partner. And make no mistake, you will not function in a chaotic or unstable household. For October 4th individuals, the home is the center of the universe. If the home loses harmony, the entire balance of life collapses. Your expectations of marriage are high, not because you demand perfection but because you understand its power. You know marriage has the ability to either nurture you into your best self or break you apart if it is built on shaky ground. This is why you are selective in choosing a life partner. You watch closely before committing. You test for trustworthiness, reliability, and the ability to communicate honestly. Once you choose, however, your loyalty is profound. You will fight for the relationship, you will work through hardships, you will compromise when needed, but never at the expense of your core values. In a spouse, you seek a teammate, someone who doesn't shy away from sharing responsibilities. You are not content with a marriage where one person carries the weight while the other drifts. To you, love is about standing side by side, balancing the burdens of life together. Bills, chores, raising children, navigating careers, supporting each other through illness or change. These are not tasks to divide into separate lanes but roads to walk together. Cooperation is love in action, and for you, there is no greater proof of devotion than a partner willing to walk every step with you. But there is a warning written into your soul. If your partner betrays your trust, if they shatter the delicate balance you have worked so hard to build, you may remain physically present in the marriage but retreat emotionally. It is not in your nature to cause open conflict. You dislike battles, you avoid messy drama. Instead, you retreat inward, locking doors in your heart, maintaining appearances while inside you withhold the fullness of your love. This quiet withdrawal can create invisible walls in the marriage if problems are not addressed. Still, when marriage is healthy, when it is rooted in respect and responsibility, you thrive. You are not only a faithful spouse but also a nurturing one. You create beauty in the home, whether that is in the form of elegant surroundings, a sense of warmth, or a lifestyle that reflects balance and grace. Your marriage becomes your masterpiece, a reflection of your belief that harmony is not accidental but the result of choices made daily. And when both partners embrace this philosophy, marriage for an October 4th soul becomes more than a union. It becomes a lifelong symphony of loyalty, love, and shared destiny. Sex and intimacy. Sex, for October 4th natives, is never just a physical act. It is an art form, a dance of souls, a slow and deliberate weaving together of body, mind, and spirit. Ruled by Venus, you are inherently sensual, you understand beauty, you savor touch, you crave affection that feels both gentle and passionate. Yet the influence of the number 4 adds an element of selectiveness, a seriousness about intimacy. You are not someone who throws yourself into casual flings or fleeting encounters. For you, intimacy is too sacred to be reduced to something careless. You see sex as an extension of emotional connection. If you do not trust your partner, if you do not feel a sense of intellectual and emotional bond, then physical intimacy holds little meaning for you. It might even feel empty, disorienting, or hollow. But once trust has been established, once you know that your partner respects you, values you, and meets you in both heart and mind, then your passion can be astonishing. It is not wild chaos but refined fire, a carefully tended flame that burns steadily and intensely. Seduction, for you, is not about immediate gratification. It is about the slow build-up, the anticipation that heightens every touch, every glance, every whispered word. You believe that intimacy begins long before the bedroom, with conversations that deepen understanding, with small acts of affection, with the subtle ways two people reveal their vulnerabilities to each other. By the time you share physical intimacy, the connection is already profound, and the experience becomes not just physical pleasure but emotional bonding. You approach intimacy with attentiveness. You want your partner to feel desired, valued, cherished. Your Libra side brings elegance and romance to the experience. You think about atmosphere, about touch, about emotional resonance. Your 4 side ensures that intimacy is not careless but grounded, meaningful, and protected by trust. Together, these influences make you a lover who values depth over quantity, who prefers one fulfilling relationship to a series of shallow encounters. Yet your selectiveness can also create challenges. You may hesitate to fully surrender, holding a part of yourself back until you are absolutely certain of your partner's loyalty. This caution can sometimes frustrate partners who crave instant passion. But once you feel safe, once you know the ground is firm, you unlock an intimacy that is both tender and consuming. In those moments, you are not just giving your body, you are offering your whole self, your trust, your loyalty, your vulnerability. And that, to you, is the ultimate act of love. Sex for you is also healing. It restores balance when life feels chaotic. It reaffirms connection when words are not enough. It creates a sanctuary of two where the outside world cannot intrude. Because of this, intimacy is something you protect, something you do not trivialize, something you elevate into its rightful place as a cornerstone of a committed relationship. In truth, for October 4th individuals, sex and intimacy are less about performance and more about presence. You don't just want a partner who excites your senses, you want a partner who anchors your soul. When you find that, when the emotional and physical merge seamlessly, your intimacy becomes something rare, not just an act of passion but an enduring celebration of love, trust, and unity. Friendship. To be born on October 4th is to embody a very particular kind of friend, one whose presence is remembered long after conversations end, one who quietly becomes the steady anchor in the lives of others. Friendship for you is not a casual social exercise, it is an extension of loyalty, fairness, and the desire to create harmony. People often feel drawn to you because you radiate calmness, reason, and a sense of balance that feels almost rare in a chaotic world. They sense they can confide in you, trust you, and rely on you to give them perspective when their own lives feel unstable. As a friend, you are fiercely loyal. If someone you care about is in need, you will step in, often without being asked. You listen with patience, you offer advice with fairness, and you stand by people through both triumphs and trials. But your loyalty does not come cheaply. You are not one to throw open your arms to everyone who passes by. The number 4 within you makes you cautious and selective. You understand that energy is precious and that trust should not be given to just anyone. This means your circle of true friends is often small, but it is deeply meaningful. Where others may chase popularity or fill their lives with acquaintances who drift in and out, you are not swayed by numbers. You value depth over breadth. A handful of lifelong friends matters far more to you than 100 superficial connections. And once someone enters your inner circle, they are there for life, unless, of course, they betray your trust. For betrayal is the one wound you find hardest to forgive. Still, even in such moments, your approach is not fiery or vindictive. Instead, you withdraw, you let distance form, you protect your heart, quietly stepping away to preserve the harmony of your inner world. What makes you unique in friendship is your natural role as mediator. Arguments rarely escalate in your presence because you instinctively step in to soothe tensions. You do not take sides recklessly. You seek to understand, to listen, to weigh both perspectives with fairness. People trust you because they know you will not twist their words or exploit their vulnerabilities. Your honesty is gentle but firm, and your sense of justice is unwavering. This is why you often become the glue in friend groups, the one who prevents rifts from becoming irreparable, the one who reminds everyone what truly matters. At the same time, your friendships are not built solely on problem solving or loyalty. They are also filled with warmth, laughter, and joy. You have a sharp wit, a love of beauty, and an appreciation for the small pleasures in life, qualities that make time spent with you feel light and refreshing. Friends often remark that being around you feels restorative, as if balance is restored simply by sharing your company. You are also protective in ways that often go unnoticed. You may not always declare your devotion in loud, dramatic gestures, but you are quietly vigilant. You watch for signs when a friend is hurting, you notice details others overlook, and you step in with subtle acts of care. Sometimes it is as simple as checking in with a thoughtful message, sometimes it is offering shelter or support in a moment of crisis. This is the quiet heroism of your friendship. You protect not by force but by presence, by showing up, by refusing to abandon those you love. Your challenge in friendship often lies in boundaries. Because you dislike conflict, you may sometimes give too much, carry too much, or mediate too often without acknowledging your own needs. You risk becoming the one everyone relies on, while no one thinks to ask how you are doing. Learning to balance giving with receiving is one of the lifelong lessons for October 4th souls. Still, even when stretched thin, your loyalty rarely wavers. You may retreat to recharge, but you rarely abandon the people who matter to you. For those who are lucky enough to be your friend, you are not simply a companion but a presence that enriches their lives. You offer stability in chaos, light in confusion, and loyalty in a world where loyalty is too often fleeting. To be your friend is to be chosen, to be trusted, and to be part of a sacred bond that time, distance, or hardship can rarely break. Business and career. In the realm of business and career, October 4th individuals carry a unique blend of qualities that makes them stand out in ways both subtle and striking. At first glance, you may not appear as the bold risk-taker or the loud visionary. Instead, your strength reveals itself in the precision of your planning, the depth of your analysis, and the quiet but steady way you bring structure to even the most complex challenges. You are a strategist at heart, a thinker who sees both the human side of decisions and the practical systems that hold everything together. Your Libra influence, ruled by Venus, gifts you with an innate understanding of people. You can read emotions, anticipate needs, and sense when harmony is being threatened. This makes you an excellent negotiator, mediator, or team leader. You thrive in environments where balance is required, whether that means balancing budgets, balancing opposing viewpoints, or balancing creativity with structure. People trust you in the workplace because you are fair, diplomatic, and unwilling to exploit others for personal gain. At the same time, the number 4 lends you the discipline of a builder. You are not satisfied with abstract ideas or fleeting visions. You want results, tangible outcomes, and systems that endure. This is why you excel in careers that demand both artistry and practicality. Law, design, architecture, politics, counseling, and diplomacy often call to you, because they allow you to combine Libra's search for fairness and beauty with 4's demand for structure and permanence. You want to create something that does not just exist for today but lasts into tomorrow. Your business style is marked by integrity. Cutting corners, bending rules, or compromising your ethics for profit is not your way. While others may chase quick wins, you are willing to build slowly and carefully if it means the foundation will be strong. This does not mean you are without ambition. On the contrary, you have a deep desire to succeed and to create something lasting. But your ambition is not reckless, it is purposeful. You would rather climb steadily than rise quickly and risk a fall. One of your greatest strengths is your ability to balance creativity with order. Your Libra side gives you vision, taste, and an eye for beauty, while your 4 side ensures that vision can be realized step by step. You do not just dream of designing a building. You draft the blueprints, calculate the costs, and oversee the construction until the doors are open. You do not just imagine a new business. You outline the business plan, track the numbers, and make sure the systems support growth. This ability to blend artistry with structure makes you a rare force in the professional world. Yet this same gift can also create challenges. At times, you may become overly perfectionistic. You want everything to be in order, every detail accounted for, every outcome secure. This can slow you down, causing hesitation or delays when bold action is required. You may also grow frustrated when others do not share your sense of responsibility or when colleagues cut corners that you refuse to overlook. Learning when to release control, when to trust the process, and when good enough is truly enough is part of your professional journey. In leadership roles, you are both respected and appreciated. Employees or colleagues know you will not play favorites, nor will you rule with cruelty. You are firm but fair, demanding but compassionate. You believe in cooperation and collaboration, and you create work environments where people feel valued and understood. Still, you do not shy away from making tough decisions. Your sense of justice requires it. If someone disrupts harmony or undermines the structure you've built, you will act decisively, even if you dislike conflict. Ultimately, your career is not just about personal success. It is about contribution. You want to leave behind more than a paycheck or a title. You want to build something meaningful, something that others can benefit from, something that reflects your values of fairness, beauty, and stability. Whether that is a thriving business, a political legacy, a well-designed structure, or a network of people whose lives are improved by your guidance, your true reward is in knowing you build not just for yourself but for the greater good. When you balance your Libra artistry with your 4 discipline, you are capable of creating masterpieces in whatever field you choose. And when you embrace both your love of beauty and your demand for structure, your career becomes not just a way to earn a living but a lasting testament to your vision, your integrity, and your dedication to harmony made real. Darker sides. Every birthday carries light and shadow, and those born on October 4th are no exception. While you are gifted with the rare ability to bring harmony into the world, the very qualities that make you strong can also become sources of struggle when taken to extremes. Your need for order, for instance, is one of your most defining traits. It gives you the capacity to build stability, to create peace, to organize life in a way that makes sense. But when this desire tips too far, it becomes rigidity. You may cling so tightly to structure that you leave no room for spontaneity. You may demand so much order from yourself and others that life begins to feel like a cage rather than a home. What was meant to bring balance can, in your shadow moments, become an obsession that suffocates freedom. This rigidity is often tied to your high standards. Because you value fairness so deeply, you expect it not only from yourself but also from everyone around you. When others fall short, when they are careless, selfish, or irresponsible, you may become overly judgmental. This judgment may not always be spoken aloud, because Libra in you dislikes confrontation. Instead, it lives quietly in your mind, building resentment brick by brick until it becomes a wall between you and those you love. You want people to meet the high standards you set, but the reality is that not everyone is capable of living up to them. This tension can leave you feeling perpetually disappointed in others, or worse, perpetually alone. Then comes the challenge of indecision, a classic Libra trait amplified by your date of birth. You want harmony, you want fairness, you want the perfect choice, the one that leaves no one hurt, no balance disturbed. But life rarely offers perfect choices. And here lies your struggle. The number 4 within you craves certainty, craves finality, craves the peace that comes from knowing a decision has been made. Yet the Libra in you hesitates, weighs options endlessly, and fears making the wrong move. This clash between 4's need for stability and Libra's wavering can create deep internal tension. You may find yourself stuck, paralyzed, caught in cycles of overthinking while opportunities slip through your fingers. Perhaps the most subtle but dangerous shadow you carry is your tendency to suppress anger. You dislike conflict so much that you often pretend it doesn't exist. You tell yourself it's better to keep the peace, to let things go, to avoid the mess of confrontation. And in the short term, this works. The room stays calm, the relationship appears intact, the peace feels preserved. But inside you, frustration builds. You store anger in quiet corners of your heart, stacking it like kindling until, one day, the smallest spark sets it ablaze. When this happens, your outburst shocks even you. People who have known you for years may be stunned by the force of your anger, because they never saw it coming. This is the price of silence, of refusing to express your needs and hurts openly. Learning to deal with this shadow is one of your lifelong lessons. It is not about becoming aggressive or abandoning your love of harmony. It is about finding the courage to speak your truth calmly and clearly before resentment has time to grow. It is about recognizing that real harmony is not the absence of conflict but the result of honest dialogue. Until you master this, you risk building relationships on fragile ground, where unspoken frustrations lurk beneath the surface, waiting to fracture what appears whole. Your darker sides do not diminish your gifts, they reveal the work you were meant to do. They are not punishments but invitations, reminders that even the most balanced souls must learn to balance themselves. For you, the challenge is to soften rigidity into flexibility, to transform judgment into understanding, to replace indecision with trust in your instincts, and to let your voice carry your anger before it becomes a storm. Only then can you live not just as a builder of harmony for others but as a keeper of peace within yourself. Life goals. For those born on October 4th, life goals are not fleeting ambitions or shallow pursuits. They are deep, enduring visions of what you hope to create and leave behind. At your core, you dream of beauty, fairness, and peace, but not in vague or abstract terms. You want these ideals to be real, tangible, and woven into the fabric of the world around you. Harmony, to you, is not a word but a structure, a living thing that must be built, protected, and sustained. Your ultimate purpose is to build harmony through structure. You are not content with moments of balance that vanish as quickly as they appear. You want lasting stability, whether in your family, your community, your career, or your creative work. This is why you often think in terms of legacy. You ask yourself, what will remain after me? What will endure when I am gone? Whether it is a thriving business, a strong and loving family, a work of art, or a contribution to justice, you want to leave behind something that proves beauty and fairness are possible in a world that often forgets them. Your goals are rarely selfish. Even when you pursue personal success, there is always an undercurrent of service, a desire to make life better not only for yourself but for others. This is the Libra in you, always seeking to restore balance where imbalance exists. But unlike other Libras, who may live in ideals, your number 4 energy pushes you to act. You do not just want to dream of peace, you want to draft the blueprint, lay the foundation, and construct the walls that will keep that peace alive. This is why many October 4th individuals are drawn to careers or projects that combine vision with practicality. You want to create structures that last, whether those structures are literal, like buildings, organizations, or systems, or metaphorical, like traditions, relationships, or values. Your satisfaction comes not from applause in the moment but from knowing you have built something solid enough to stand long after the applause fades. Still, your goals are not without their challenges. Because you long for perfection, you may sometimes delay progress in pursuit of the flawless. You may hesitate to act until every detail is planned, every risk accounted for, every outcome secured. But life rarely gives such guarantees. Part of your journey is learning that lasting legacies are not perfect, they are human. They carry flaws and scars, and yet they endure because of their heart. Accepting this truth allows you to move forward without being paralyzed by the need for absolute control. Your life goals also extend to relationships. You want to create a home that is not only safe but filled with beauty, fairness, and warmth. You want your family to be a reflection of your values, a place where loyalty and love create a foundation as strong as any building you could design. For you, raising children, nurturing a marriage, or creating a circle of lifelong friends is not separate from your larger mission, it is central to it. Harmony in the private world is as important as harmony in the public one. Spiritually, your goals are about integration. You want to reconcile the Libra within you, the dreamer, the artist, the lover of peace, with the 4 within you, the builder, the realist, the enforcer of order. When you achieve this integration, you become a rare kind of leader, one who inspires through beauty and vision but also delivers through structure and discipline. Your legacy then becomes not only what you have built but also who you have become, a living example that harmony is not just possible but practical. In the end, your life goals come down to one timeless truth. You are here to prove that beauty and fairness are not fragile ideals but realities that can be built and sustained. Whether in your family, your work, your art, or your community, you are called to be both the dreamer and the builder, the seeker of peace and the creator of it. And when you embrace this calling, your life becomes more than a journey, it becomes a monument to the very harmony you were born to bring into the world. Compatibility with other zodiac signs. Compatibility is never a simple equation, but for those born on October 4th, certain connections flow as naturally as a river, while others feel like a storm that constantly challenges your equilibrium. Because you are both Libra and influenced by the grounding number 4, your relationships are a dance between air and earth, between your craving for harmony and your need for structure. This unique combination means that while you are adaptable, charming, and diplomatic, you also require stability, loyalty, and respect for the foundations you hold sacred. Let's explore how you relate to each of the zodiac signs in the language of connection, challenge, and possibility. With Gemini, you find an almost magical spark. This air sign understands your love of conversation, your need for intellectual stimulation, and your ability to see many sides of a situation. Gemini keeps life exciting, full of fresh ideas and playful banter. At times, their changeability may unsettle your need for structure, but your number 4 energy steadies them, while their adaptability softens your rigidity. Together, you become partners in curiosity, building both fun and depth. Aquarius brings out another side of you, your visionary spirit. Aquarius admires your fairness and your ability to see the bigger picture, while you admire their originality and boldness. This match excites you because it combines shared values with innovation. You create balance while Aquarius pushes boundaries, and the partnership can feel like a union of minds working for something greater than yourselves. At times, Aquarius may seem detached emotionally, but your Libra charm and 4's loyalty can draw them into a more grounded kind of intimacy. Leo ignites passion in you. Their confidence, fire, and determination draw you like a moth to light. You admire their strength, while they are enchanted by your elegance and grace. Together, you create a relationship of warmth and admiration, where both partners feel seen and celebrated. The challenge lies in Leo's dominance, which can sometimes clash with your need for equality. But if both partners respect each other's strengths, this pairing creates a love that is vibrant and enduring. Sagittarius awakens your adventurous side. They pull you out of routines, reminding you that life is not just about plans and structures but about discovery and exploration. You bring balance and stability to Sagittarius, grounding their restless energy, while they teach you the beauty of spontaneity. Together, you laugh often, explore deeply, and create stories worth remembering. The risk is that Sagittarius may chafe against your need for commitment, while you may sometimes feel unsettled by their free spirit. But when trust is built, this partnership becomes a thrilling blend of freedom and loyalty. Taurus is one of your good matches, offering you the gift of stability and loyalty that you crave. Both of you are ruled by Venus, which means there is an inherent understanding of beauty, love, and sensuality. Taurus appreciates your grace, while you admire their steadfast nature. Together, you build a home filled with warmth and comfort. The potential conflict comes when Taurus's stubbornness meets your indecision, creating frustrating stalemates. But overall, Taurus gives you the consistency you seek, while you bring them the diplomacy they sometimes lack. Virgo is another solid match for you, appealing to your shared appreciation for order and responsibility. Virgo's practical mind complements your artistic sensibilities, and together you create a balanced partnership of detail and design. Virgo grounds you with their precision, while you soften them with your charm and sociability. At times, Virgo's criticism can wound your sensitive heart, and your indecision may frustrate their need for efficiency. Yet when both partners learn patience, this relationship flourishes into a union built on mutual respect and shared goals. Scorpio presents challenges. Their intensity, depth, and passion can feel overwhelming to your balanced nature. Where you seek harmony, they thrive in transformation and confrontation. Scorpio's need for control may clash with your desire for fairness and equality, and their emotional storms can disrupt the peace you hold sacred. Yet, if love persists, Scorpio can teach you courage in facing difficult truths, while you can show them the value of calm and compromise. Still, this is a pairing that requires tremendous effort from both sides. Capricorn is another challenging match, though for different reasons. Capricorn's ambition, discipline, and seriousness mirror some of your own 4 energy, but their controlling tendencies can weigh heavily on you. You may feel stifled under their need for authority, while they may see you as indecisive or too idealistic. However, when mutual respect exists, you can admire each other's commitment to stability and hard work. It is a relationship that demands patience and compromise, and when achieved, it can evolve into a formidable partnership of responsibility and shared achievement. Cancer, too, brings difficulties. Their emotional depth and sensitivity can be both endearing and exhausting for you. While you value tenderness, Cancer's mood swings and emotional needs may overwhelm your desire for balance and calm. They want deep emotional enmeshment, while you prefer partnerships that allow both closeness and space. However, Cancer can teach you to embrace vulnerability more openly, while you can offer them the stability and reassurance they crave. This relationship requires careful navigation to avoid drowning in emotional waters. Other Libras present one of the most fascinating and mixed matches. When 2 Libras come together, the harmony can be exquisite, beauty, grace, and balance magnified. Conversations flow easily, romance feels natural, and the relationship often glows with elegance. Yet, the challenge lies in decision-making. Both of you may hesitate, waiting for the other to choose, creating frustrating cycles of indecision. If one Libra can embrace leadership while the other provides support, this union becomes radiant. If not, it risks being stalled by hesitation. For October 4th individuals, compatibility is always about balance. You seek partners who respect your need for structure, who value fairness, and who bring out the best in your dual nature. Some signs excite you, others ground you, and a few challenge you to grow in ways you may not always welcome but often need. In the end, your relationships thrive when they honor both Libra's love of harmony and 4's need for stability. Anything less, and you will feel the imbalance deeply. Numerological insights. Numerology gives profound insight into the soul of those born on October 4th, because the number 4 carries its own distinct vibration. In numerology, the number 4 represents stability, structure, discipline, and the foundations upon which lasting things are built. It is the number of the architect, the worker, the one who turns dreams into reality. For those born on the 4th day of the month, this energy is inescapable. It shapes your character, your approach to life, and even your struggles. You are not someone who drifts aimlessly. The number 4 demands direction, demands purpose, demands effort. It calls you to work hard, to commit fully, and to value the steady progress that leads to long-term success. Where others may be distracted by glittering shortcuts, you see the wisdom in building carefully. This makes you reliable, trustworthy, and often the person others turn to when life feels unstable. You are the foundation in people's lives, the one who can be counted on when chaos strikes. Yet, the number 4 also comes with challenges. Its strength lies in its discipline, but discipline can harden into stubbornness. Once you set your mind on something, you can become unyielding, refusing to adapt or consider new perspectives. This is where Libra's airy influence becomes vital. Libra softens your edges, teaching you flexibility, diplomacy, and the art of compromise. Without Libra, your 4 energy might turn into pure rigidity. Without 4, your Libra charm might remain only a dream. Together, they create a balance, a builder who knows how to dream and a dreamer who knows how to build. Your numerology also explains your sense of responsibility. You feel accountable not only for your own life but often for the lives of those around you. You carry the weight of expectations, sometimes more heavily than you should. The number 4 pushes you to take charge, to fix what is broken, to create order out of chaos. But part of your journey is learning when to carry responsibility and when to let others stand on their own. Flexibility is not weakness, it is wisdom. Because of this, your spiritual path often involves learning to release control. You must remember that even the strongest foundations need open space, even the most carefully built structures must breathe. When you allow Libra's charm and openness to temper 4's discipline, you discover that the world is not just about stability but also about movement. You learn that bridges must not only be built but also crossed, that foundations must not only stand but also support growth. In truth, your numerological identity is that of the bridge builder. You connect people, ideas, and ideals. You bring together opposites, dreams and reality, beauty and order, passion and discipline. Your life is not just about holding things steady but about creating paths that allow others to move forward. This is why so many October 4th individuals find fulfillment in roles that help others, guiding, mentoring, designing, or protecting. When you embrace the full meaning of your numerology, you become a rare kind of person. You are someone who can imagine the impossible but also take the steps to make it real. You are someone who can see both sides of a situation and then build the bridge between them. You are someone who leaves behind not just words or ideas but structures that endure, systems that work, and legacies that matter. And that is the true gift of the number 4 combined with Libra's airy grace, the gift of making harmony not only a dream but a reality. The Druid horoscope. According to the ancient Celtic tree calendar, those born around October 4th fall under the ivy sign. And ivy is no ordinary symbol. Unlike strong oaks or graceful birches, ivy does not rely on brute strength or solitary beauty. Instead, it survives and thrives through persistence, adaptability, and quiet resilience. Ivy teaches us that strength does not always come from standing tall alone but from the ability to weave, cling, and climb even in the most unlikely of places. For people born on October 4th, this ivy symbolism runs deep, shaping not only how you move through the world but also how you build relationships, pursue goals, and face obstacles. Just as ivy steadily climbs walls, wrapping itself around stones and bricks, you have an extraordinary ability to find a path forward even when life seems blocked. Where others might see a dead end, you instinctively search for cracks, corners, and small openings that can be transformed into opportunities. It is this relentless determination that defines your character. You are not easily discouraged, and when life presents you with difficulties, you don't crumble. Instead, you adapt, finding creative ways to maneuver around obstacles until you reach the light. This resilience often surprises people around you. At first glance, you may seem refined, elegant, and gentle, traits inherited from your Libra sun sign. Yet beneath that graceful exterior lies the ivy's toughness, a spirit that simply refuses to give up. This makes you a formidable presence in both personal and professional realms. Friends and colleagues may underestimate your strength until they witness your ability to keep moving forward when others would have already surrendered. In relationships, the ivy sign emphasizes loyalty and steady growth. For you, love is not about fiery passion that flares and burns out. Instead, it is about endurance, devotion, and building something lasting over time. You believe that true intimacy grows like ivy, slowly, steadily, entwining lives until two people are inseparable. You are deeply protective of those you love, often willing to sacrifice your own comfort to ensure the well-being of your partner or family. This loyalty can be one of your greatest gifts, but it can also create challenges if you remain attached to relationships that no longer serve you. Just as ivy clings to walls long after the stones beneath it begin to crumble, you may sometimes hold on too tightly to people or situations that are not truly healthy. Spiritually, ivy is a symbol of immortality and eternal life. Druids believed ivy represented the soul's ability to transcend challenges, death, and decay by continuously reaching for the divine. For October 4th individuals, this symbolism resonates deeply with your desire to leave a legacy, to build something that outlasts your physical presence. You are not content with fleeting moments, you want roots and vines that endure through time. This is why many of you are drawn to careers, projects, or causes that allow you to make a lasting impact on the world. Emotionally, ivy represents the paradox of vulnerability and strength. Ivy needs a structure to climb, it cannot stand entirely alone. In the same way, you often seek connection, partnership, or community as a foundation upon which you can grow. Independence matters to you, but true fulfillment often comes when you are intertwined with others in bonds of loyalty and trust. When you find the right support system, you flourish, reaching heights you could not achieve on your own. The shadow side of ivy, however, lies in overdependence. Just as ivy can smother the very tree or wall that supports it, you may sometimes cling too tightly to people, beliefs, or routines, fearing change or loss. Learning to let go and trust your own inner strength is part of your lifelong spiritual journey. You must remind yourself that while connections sustain you, your essence, your determination, creativity, and resilience, is your own and does not vanish when circumstances shift. Ultimately, ivy teaches those born on October 4th that real strength is not loud or forceful. It is patient, adaptable, and enduring. You thrive not by demanding control over life but by learning how to weave yourself into it, finding ways to rise no matter the obstacles. This is why, like the ivy, you are destined to climb, to grow, and to leave behind trails of green that mark where you have been. Vedic Astrology. In Vedic astrology, the skies around early October are illuminated by the constellation known as Chitra Nakshatra, ruled by the fiery planet Mars and symbolized by a shining jewel. For those born on October 4th, this cosmic influence adds yet another layer of depth to your Libra identity. Chitra, often called the Bright One, speaks to brilliance, artistry, charm, and ambition. It is the energy of beauty that dazzles, of creativity that shines, of inner radiance that cannot be hidden. And for you, born under Libra's Venus while touched by Chitra's Mars, life is often a balance between harmony and drive, elegance and ambition, art and discipline. Chitra's symbol, the jewel, is not accidental. Just as jewels are formed through pressure and time, those born under this nakshatra are shaped by challenges and polished by persistence until their true brilliance shines. For October 4th natives, this often manifests as a lifelong journey of refinement. You are born with natural charm and artistic gifts, but it is through discipline, persistence, and resilience that you learn to polish those talents into something extraordinary. The jewel also represents value and recognition, pointing to your deep desire not just to create beauty but to be acknowledged for it. You crave appreciation, not out of vanity, but because your soul longs to shine in ways that touch and inspire others. Mars as the ruler of Chitra adds intensity to your otherwise Venusian nature. Mars gives you drive, ambition, and a restless urge to prove yourself. While Libra seeks harmony, Mars pushes for action, for results, for the pursuit of goals with determination. This can create an internal push-pull. Part of you longs for peace, while another part craves success and recognition. When you learn to integrate these forces, you become both a lover of beauty and a builder of greatness, capable of turning refined visions into tangible achievements. People born under Chitra Nakshatra are often artistic souls with a natural eye for design, architecture, fashion, or anything that involves creating beauty. You may feel drawn to luxurious environments, elegant aesthetics, and refined tastes. Yet you are not content with surface beauty alone. For you, beauty must also carry meaning. Whether in relationships, careers, or spiritual pursuits, you seek depth behind the sparkle. Just as a jewel is valued not only for its shine but for its rarity, you value authenticity, depth, and purpose in all you do. At the same time, Chitra can bring a strong desire for recognition. You want your work, your love, and your presence to be noticed and appreciated. This drive can propel you to great heights but also create restlessness if you feel overlooked. When balanced, this energy motivates you to work hard and refine your talents. When imbalanced, it may leave you chasing external validation at the expense of inner peace. Learning to balance the jewel's shine with the jewel's integrity is part of your spiritual path. In relationships, Chitra gives you both charm and complexity. You are magnetic, drawing others with your elegance, wit, and subtle radiance. Yet beneath the surface, you carry Mars's intensity, which can make you demanding of loyalty, passion, and devotion. You are not satisfied with shallow connections. You want love that sparkles like a jewel but is also cut to perfection through honesty and commitment. When you find such a bond, you nurture it with the same care and devotion you would give to a precious gem. Spiritually, Chitra aligns with Libra's Venus in seeking harmony and refinement, but it also urges you to seek brilliance within yourself. The jewel symbolizes the soul's eternal light, reminding you that true radiance comes not from external adornment but from cultivating inner wisdom, compassion, and resilience. For October 4th individuals, this means your spiritual growth lies in recognizing that your worth is inherent, that your shine does not depend on others' validation but on your own inner clarity. Ultimately, Vedic astrology reveals that those born on October 4th embody the paradox of beauty and strength. You are ruled by Venus's love of harmony yet driven by Mars's fiery ambition. You are symbolized by a jewel, something both delicate and enduring, beautiful yet unbreakable. Your path is to embrace both sides of yourself, the lover and the fighter, the artist and the achiever, the dreamer and the builder. When you do, you become a living jewel yourself, radiant, enduring, and unforgettable. The Flower Horoscope. In the secret, poetic language of flowers, October belongs to marigolds and cosmos. These blossoms are not chosen at random. They carry symbolism that mirrors the souls born in this month, especially those who enter the world on October 4th. Each flower speaks a language of its own, carrying hidden meanings passed down through centuries of folklore, tradition, and spiritual insight. And for you, it is cosmos that whispers the loudest, aligning perfectly with your Libra essence and your connection to the number 4. Cosmos flowers are known for their symmetry, delicate petals radiating from a perfect center, creating a natural balance that is as soothing as it is beautiful. This symmetry reflects your inner life in ways that are almost uncanny. Just as cosmos embodies order, peace, and balance, you carry within you a deep craving for harmony, for structures that bring calm rather than chaos. You are not content to live in disorder. Your soul needs patterns, rhythm, and flow. Like the cosmos flower in full bloom, your spirit feels most alive when it exists in alignment with beauty and proportion. Cosmos also symbolize peace and tranquility, qualities that sit at the heart of your personality. You are someone who naturally diffuses tension, smoothing over conflicts with grace and fairness. Just as cosmos flowers bring a sense of serenity to a garden, your presence often brings calm to those around you. Friends and loved ones may describe you as the person who makes spaces feel lighter, more manageable, more peaceful. And yet, like the cosmos, this tranquility does not mean weakness. The flower grows tall, bright, and unapologetically vivid, reminding us that peace can be bold, strong, and radiant. Marigolds, too, deserve mention, for they represent another side of your October birth. Known as flowers of warmth, devotion, and resilience, marigolds remind us of your strength and determination, echoing your ivy symbol from the Druid horoscope and your number 4 energy in numerology. Marigolds bloom in fiery shades of orange and gold, embodying the vibrancy of life, the endurance of spirit, and the willingness to shine even when conditions are harsh. For you, they represent the courage to persist, the willingness to stand strong in loyalty and commitment. They are reminders that beauty is not just gentle but also powerful. Together, cosmos and marigolds create a floral portrait of who you are. Cosmos highlights your order, diplomacy, and serenity, while marigolds reflect your resilience, loyalty, and ability to thrive even in difficult conditions. These dual flowers encapsulate the paradox of your nature, graceful yet strong, peaceful yet persistent, idealistic yet practical. In the realm of relationships, these flowers provide further insight. Cosmos suggests that you seek harmony in love, valuing relationships that feel balanced, respectful, and fair. You long for a partnership where both sides are equal, where affection is as steady as the petals arranged around the flower's perfect center. Marigolds remind us of your fierce loyalty and devotion. Once you love, you do so with warmth, consistency, and an unwavering heart. Yet, just as marigolds can also symbolize jealousy in some traditions, there is a quiet warning here. Your devotion can sometimes grow possessive if you fear losing the balance and beauty you have worked so hard to cultivate. Spiritually, these flowers are tools for meditation and growth. Surrounding yourself with cosmos can help you stay centered, reminding you of your ability to create peace in both your inner and outer worlds. Keeping marigolds near can provide courage, endurance, and vitality, inspiring you to push forward when challenges arise. Whether planted in a garden, Placed in your home, or envisioned in meditation, these flowers act as allies on your path, mirroring your strengths and guiding you toward your highest potential. Ultimately, the flower horoscope reveals that your essence is mirrored in petals and stems, in symmetry and bloom. You are the cosmos in your love of balance, and you are the marigold in your determination to shine. Together, they remind you that your life is not just about surviving, it is about blooming with beauty, purpose, and resilience in every season. The Stone Horoscope. Your birthstone, opal, is one of the most enchanting gems in the mineral world. Unlike other stones that shimmer with a single hue, opal dazzles with shifting flashes of color. Blues, greens, reds, purples, and golds dancing across its surface like captured fire. This iridescent quality reflects the complexity of your soul as someone born on October 4th. Just like the opal, you are multifaceted, layered, and filled with depths that cannot be understood at a single glance. You are a person of nuance, of hidden lights, of unexpected brilliance. Opal symbolizes creativity, intuition, and emotional expression, making it the perfect stone for a Libra born under the influence of Venus. Its shifting colors remind us of your ability to see many sides of any situation, to find balance in opposing forces, and to adapt gracefully to the complexities of life. Just as opal reveals new flashes of beauty when turned in different directions, you reveal different aspects of your personality depending on the context. You can be the peacemaker, the artist, the strategist, or the loyal friend, all facets of the same jewel. For October 4th individuals, opal enhances natural charm and magnetism. It amplifies your ability to connect with others, to inspire trust, and to radiate an energy that feels both elegant and approachable. People are drawn to you in the same way they are drawn to the stone's shimmer. They cannot always explain why, but they know there is something captivating about your presence. But opal also carries warnings. Just as its beauty depends on structure and balance, so too does your emotional well-being. If your life becomes too chaotic, if you neglect the structure and harmony that your number 4 essence demands, the opal's energy can turn turbulent. Emotional instability may arise, leaving you feeling overwhelmed, scattered, or unsure of your footing. This is why balance is not just desirable for you, it is essential. The opal reminds you that your brilliance shines brightest when your inner world is calm and your external world is organized. Wearing opal or meditating with it can be transformative for you. In moments of stress, it helps to soothe emotional storms, bringing clarity and calm. When you feel uninspired, it reignites creativity, sparking imagination and helping you channel your artistic gifts into tangible form. Spiritually, it is said to open the mind to higher realms, connecting you with intuition, dreams, and unseen truths. For someone like you, who often seeks both structure and inspiration, opal becomes not just an accessory but a guide. In relationships, the opal reflects your emotional depth and intensity. Just as the stone flashes with colors hidden beneath its surface, you often carry more passion and complexity than others realize at first. You may appear composed and graceful on the outside, but within you exists a world of desires, dreams, and emotions that shimmer in countless hues. When you share this depth with someone you trust, the relationship becomes rich and multifaceted, full of intimacy and discovery. Ultimately, the stone horoscope reveals that opal is more than your birthstone, it is your mirror. It reflects your creativity, your charm, your resilience, and your need for balance. It reminds you that your brilliance comes not from being one thing but from being many things, united in harmony. Like the opal, you are a kaleidoscope of light, capable of dazzling the world when you embrace both your complexity and your clarity. Final thought: being born on October 4th is like being gifted with a cosmic toolkit. Venus gives you beauty and charm, the number 4 gives you discipline and structure, the Druids give you resilience, the Vedic tradition gives you ambition, and your flowers and stones give you symbols of peace and creativity. You are meant to be both a builder and a dreamer, a soul who turns harmony into something real. So, if you were born on this day, embrace your dual nature. You are both the artist and the architect, the lover and the leader. And perhaps your greatest gift is showing others that true balance isn't static. It's something you create, one careful, beautiful step at a time.